Oh, there you're back again. Hello. Yes.
Hi, Philip. This is
Yes. Hi to
Charlie.
meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Yes.
How do you do?
Yes. My name is Philip. So your name
Philip.
is Charlie.
Charlie, yeah, Charlie Fang.
Yes. And where do you live?
I'm living in Shanghai, China.
In China. And
Shanghai.
what do you, yes, in Shanghai. And what do you
Shanghai,
do
yeah.
there? What do you
Uh,
do?
I'm a mechanical designer, I think. That
A mechanical designer.
mechanical related, yeah. RD engineer.
An
Uh,
RD engineer.
I design related to the switchgear in used in high voltage circuit breakers, high voltage
Okay.
circuit breakers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So you, so you'd yeah. So you yeah. I was going to say research develop, but yeah. So you're in circuit breakers.
Yeah,
Yes.
uh, belong to Siemens Energy. It's a joint venture company here in Shanghai.
Mm-hmm.
Siemens Energy, one of the manufacturing uh, factories related
Mm-hmm.
to uh, circuit breaker, high voltage
Mm-hmm.
GIS, gas insulated switch gears.
Okay. So how long have you been doing that job?
Uh, it's quite been a while.
Mm-hmm.
Before I joined this company, this Siemens Energy, I worked in the mm, private enterprises in China.
Mm-hmm.
The first job is Toshiba. Toshiba is also related to the energy sections. It
Mm-hmm.
produced the circuit breaker in China. Then
Mm-hmm.
a local company here in China. Then this
Mm-hmm.
is a third job, but all same topic.
Mm-hmm.
It's RD uh, related design testing about
Mm-hmm.
the circuit breakers, high voltage
Mm-hmm.
circuit breakers.
Yes. So how are you finding the NHS supply system change? How is it changing in China now with more electrical vehicles, more electrification?
You mean compared to
Three,
several
four
years
years
ago,
ago?
three,
Yes.
4 years ago? The mm, the area I'm working on is for the power transmission. We are providers for the power, the equipment used in power transmission lines,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
and the power high voltage, especially the ultra high voltage transmission lines, are uh, used widely in China because of
Mm-hmm.
very wide uh, country. It's a very big country with
Yes.
energy diversity mostly consumed by the east east parts of the whole China.
Mm-hmm.
So lots of energy were generated from the west and
Mm-hmm.
transferred to the east.
Mm-hmm.
So mm, it's the power grid here. Lots of transmission lines
Mm-hmm.
are are newly put into use.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but the equipment itself is not changing very much.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, it's the I don't know you ever heard it's SF6 is sulfur hydroid
Mm-hmm.
6. You use this kind of gas.
Mm-hmm.
This kind of gas is used in the equipment,
Mm-hmm.
but
Okay.
but it has the high global warming potentials. So we are trying to find some alternatives,
Mm-hmm.
different kind of the equipment suppliers using different kind of technologies. In
Yes.
Siemens Energy, we use the synthetic air. There's
Mm-hmm.
20% of hydrogen, uh, 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 I did it wrong. 80% of the nitrogen and 20% of oxygen. They combine
Mm-hmm.
as
Yes.
a clean air. We call it clean air as the air alternatives. So
Mm-hmm.
there's no need for the it's totally okay for the it's nearly the same combination in the air, except for the some little carbon dioxide or some other stuffs. So
Mm-hmm.
it's emission free. We call it
Okay.
zero harm.
But your how do you generate the electricity generally in you're still very much using fossil fuels?
Yeah, definitely, that's correct. The fossil fuel is a main part from the generation part, but there are
Mm.
lots of other alternatives as the nuclear, solar, offshore wind power. But that is only take a small proportion of the whole of the whole. But the nuclear plants are implemented pretty much in China right now, so it's kind of renewable.
How? Yeah, nuclear is quite new in China, isn't it?
I don't
No.
think so. I don't think so. Maybe it started 20 or 15 years ago at least.
Oh, okay. No, you're old. So it's the old nuclear design using uranium rods.
Yeah, I think so.
So,
It's
yeah,
something like
so
that.
which effectively was developed by the French. The
Yeah,
French were
yeah.
the main.
The pioneers. Yeah,
They were the pioneers in the nuclear design side. But there's a lot of talk about.
definitely. They don't use it's Germany or French. They don't use that. It seems they prohibited using that.
Well, it's not France. France still generates about 80% of its energy from
80%.
nuclear. The one that wasn't heavy into nuclear was Germany, and
Germany.
obviously the other one is Japan. Japan is, but
Uh, uh,
your replacement. What do you see as the replacement for fossil fuels? Because
fossil.
it's not hydro, it's not solar, and it's not wind. They can help, yes, but
Yeah.
it can't be the major replacement.
Uh,
Any ideas?
the solar maybe an option, but not in current way. Not the solar panels. Maybe man-made little signs, something like that. The man-made. I don't
But
know
you
how
need
how
a,
to.
but to generate for a country to operate off majority of solar. Other than the only country I know that has a high usage of solar panels is Morocco,
Morocco. Oh,
which is in North
that's
Africa. That's the only
Morocco.
country I know that's got at the moment a high usage of getting energy generated by solar panels.
It's very affected by the weather itself, the
Exactly.
location, the
Yes.
whether it's cloudy or not,
Yes.
the solar radiation, the levels. So it's
Yes.
not stable.
Well, Morocco, particularly because it is so close to the Sahara Desert,
Hmm.
which so the Sahara Desert is on the border of Morocco. So by the back is what they call the Atlas Mountains. Um, I'll show you. Do you know where Morocco is?
In
Probably
the
not.
east, west of Africa,
No, I'll show you.
central west. Okay.
It's here.
No.
Hang on, I'll share the screen with you. There's Morocco.
Mediterranean Sea.
Yeah, so you got here is
Oh,
Morocco,
ah,
all right,
got it, got it.
and here is the Sahara. This whole
Oh,
area
it's in the
here,
north. It's in the north. Okay.
yes. So here is Spain, all right,
Spain,
and this is the Mediterranean, and this is
Turkey.
Portugal.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
here's Morocco, and this area here, as you can see, this area here
Sahara
is
Desert.
yes, which spreads over a couple of countries. It basically is there, but it also covers into Algeria. As you can see, this whole area here is desert. It's only when you get to this area of Africa, does on a line across there, do you start getting greenery? Because the feeling is that you could put solar here, all right,
Mhm.
and if you could transport it, the electricity across the sea, it would be sufficient to cover Europe.
Oh,
But the problem is the transmission.
the heat loss is
yeah, and the size of cabling that you would need, it would be so big that it's practically impossible to do unless you get a different method of transmission, which is what I think your Siemens is working on, right? Because
there are lots of offshore turbines here in the North Sea, I think, in Norway.
yes, but we've also got them here. See, I live here.
Spain.
Yeah, this is
Which
I'm
city?
located. Well, I don't. I live. This is the closest city, Marbella.
Marbella. Oh, okay.
Right. We have lots and lots of here, for example, all down this coastline, all along here, many wind turbines,
Wind turbines.
because you get from the Atlantic Sea. Here's your Atlantic, so your sea is shooting across, so you get a lot of wind that comes in, because here's America, so you're getting a lot of wind coming into this area, right? And this is all where all your turbines are, in that area. But you can see, if you can feed across, and this isn't very wide here, this section here, and this area here is your perfect place to literally put thousands upon thousands of solar panels.
Yeah. Actually, there are some other alternatives, not only using the solar panels to generate electricity, maybe using that to produce hydrogen or other forms of the energy. It's easy to store and to transport, but
Yeah,
it's not massive produced right now.
yeah. The problem with hydrogen is the transportation. The manufacturing hydrogen is not that difficult. It's the transportation is the problem with hydrogen.
Yeah. It's
Yes.
easy to explore.
Yes. Whereas, as I say, if you look at solar, because this area is almost in continuous sun, right? The power you can generate, but the problem is, how do you transmit that electricity? And that's the problem. The amount of the size of the cabling necessary to do with it is all, as it stands today, is impossible. Whereas at the moment here, to give you an idea, in this area here, because there are about, around here now, just north of where I am, there are many, I think there's now 14 solar farms being proposed in this area, because you can see, again, much hotter in this part of the, less greenery. And this is, we get 320 days of sunshine in this area.
Much better than than Germany.
Oh yes. Now this is rated. If you look at Europe, this location here is rated as one of the best weather locations in Europe.
Yeah.
And exclude Turkey, because Turkey doesn't really figure in Europe. But if for the rest of Europe, you can see, again, because it's so much lower, your
near the
temperatures,
equator.
it's nearer. The better one, in fact, actually, which is part of Spain, is, I've got to find them. They're stuck out in the sea here. Got to find them here first.
Small island.
Well, yeah, here, these ones, these islands here. These are what we call the Canary Islands. These are all Spain, but they're off the coast of Morocco. This is Morocco here.
It's more near Morocco.
Yes. But this is very popular winter holiday resorts.
Vacations. Yeah.
Because again, this is about 2 to 3 degrees warmer than where we are. As you can see, we're a bit further up. We're up here, all right? It's
Usually the lowest temperature in winter in your currently living city is
about 10 degrees.
10 degrees.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
Pretty
But
cold.
that
The chilly. Right now it's -6 here in Shanghai.
minus in Shanghai.
-6. Yeah.
Yes.
Currently
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. But what you should look at if you get a chance, and if you go onto it's called Inside. It's called Inside Bill's Brain. It's a documentary that
You
was
mean
on
documentary
right.
from Insider?
It's a 3-part documentary about the Bill is Bill Gates.
Bill Gates.
Who is obviously started Microsoft. The 3rd part is a new design for a nuclear power station.
New design nuclear power, new generations of nuclear power station.
Well, not a new generation, a completely new design.
Completely new design.
The source of the nuclear power station is
uranium.
No, nuclear waste.
Yeah.
So it's using up all the nuclear waste that is now currently sitting in the deserts in America. And let's get rid of that. You don't need this. Back to the screen. Yes. And what they've done is the nice thing about the design is that it's very safe. It takes away.
It's buried in the ground, deep under the ground, or
no. You build it as a normal power station, but the source of the heat is nuclear waste. So you reuse
the heat.
No, you reuse the waste that's already been left over from the existing power stations. Right, to get to the uranium rods, you have a huge amount of nuclear waste currently, and has been for the last 30, 40 years. You can't get rid of that waste. You can't. So what they've been doing is putting it into big metal containers. All right. And it sits above ground in the remote part of America. There's hundreds and hundreds of these containers, all full of nuclear waste, which they can't get rid of. That's all. They don't know what to do with it. It doesn't decompose. So they just stuck them literally in tanks. This has been going on for years and years. So what they've come up with is with a new design using that waste material that's sitting there.
Reusing to generate electricity or generate heat? Generate electricity.
Yes. So it's a new design of a nuclear power station.
Oh, I have never heard this kind of new tech ever before. It's the first time.
If you go to the 3rd part of this documentary, you will see it. It started off. The design has been done in America. Bill Gates funded it. His foundation put the money up. So he then went to the designers, and they designed this new form of nuclear power station. They then built a small one to test it. It worked perfectly. All right. What is needed is to build a full-size power station, and China agreed to build one, and obviously was going to put up the money. This was in 2016. All right. 2016.
Do you know where will China use this kind of?
Well, what happened is that Donald Trump then became the president of America, and he stopped it because he believed that if it was built in China, China would then copy it and would use it and for its own end and learn the technology of it, right? He wanted to protect the technology of how it works with the Americans. About 2 weeks ago,
Joe Biden did something new.
Yes. Now, what's happened is that, and I'm not 100% sure, but I think it is. The Americans have signed a deal with the Philippines.
Philippines. Oh.
Right? Because America wants to increase its US military bases in the Philippines. Right? At the moment, they have five US military bases in the Philippines.
In Philippines, only 5. Okay.
Yes. They want to increase it to 8. So another 3. And what's happened is obviously they need electricity. They need energy.
They use this kind of new designed waste using plant as the power supply.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I think. It was announced by the Secretary of State about 2 weeks ago. This deal was signed with the Philippines government. All right. And all it said was a new source of energy supply. All right. And the only new source that I know that the Americans have got is this new design of nuclear power station.
Okay.
All right.
Reusing the waste. But
yes.
Does it itself generate any waste, other waste?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I haven't seen it in a long time, but it's hang on. Let's see if I can see a link inside Bill's.
The documentary's name is Inside Bill's Brain, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Inside,
I will go to watch it.
Yeah, it's okay. Let's go back. Inside, yeah, just I can't do spell now. Inside Bill's, right? Search. Yeah, it's part 1, part 2, more episodes. All right, where's the 3rd episode? Okay. Yeah, it came out. The TV miniseries came out in
Is YouTube available? Is YouTube got this miniseries? YouTube video including available in YouTube? Okay.
Hang on. Okay, I'll give it to you. Hang on.
Energy related area, I didn't get this kind of information.
Okay. I think this is the 3rd series. This is Inside Bill's Brain Part 3. It was the 3rd part. I've watched all 3. The other 2 are other things. One is to do with toilets, remote toilets, how you can put toilets into remote locations without connections to water pipes or sewage pipes. Okay, it is self-generating, and that's already happening in Africa, because again, in a lot of remote locations, you don't have access to main water supply and main sewage pipes. So they designed a toilet effectively that basically is it stands alone. You can put it anywhere. It's not cheap, but they were running a test in South Africa on about 6 of these in remote areas. But that's another part. That's something different. But the 3rd part was about this, and I'm just going to just see if oh, this is just an intro. Oh no, this is not the one. This is not the one I wanted to do. This is just an inside. hang on. Netflix. This,
Available in Netflix?
yes, this is the, hang on. This is where I watched it.
Oh.
I watched it in Netflix. Here you go. There's the Netflix link.
Okay, thanks.
But that might be, yeah. Yes, decoding.
I will find a way to watch
Yes.
it, because Netflix is not available in China. I think I will
No.
find some other ways to watch it.
Yeah, I'm just looking. Yes, I'm just checking. The first one speaks about the life and death passion to get better sanitation. Yes, that was the toilet one. The second one was about the connections that shape. Okay, that
climate change solutions requires passion, resources, sense of urgency. 3, quality Bill Gates clearer
possesses. Yeah, but that, yeah, it was about, as I say, yeah, it was the third part, definitely. But see if you can find it. But it's a new energy design of a nuclear power station. And I think that is what the Americans have now agreed to install in the Philippines, or to build, all right? Because again, you can't sell it to the world until you've proven that it works in a practical day-to-day situation.
But does Philippines got the nuclear waste?
No, the Americans have got it.
Also, they transport the waste to Philippines and build it there.
Which is easy because they're already in drums. So all you need to do is put it on a ship and away you go. You just pick them up, right? That bit's the easy bit. And you see, America's has retained all the nuclear waste. Why America's got the nuclear waste, I've never understood. That bit I don't understand, because the country that should have the nuclear waste is France.
Yeah.
Why it's in America, I do not know.
You mean all the nuclear waste are
well, a large
kept
percentage.
In the US? Large
Yes.
Percentage.
Yes. And America is not big into nuclear power.
Yeah.
So, as I say, that bit doesn't quite make sense to me, right?
Maybe long years ago they have some potentials. They see the potentials in those wastes already.
Maybe. Look. Bill Gates is basically just a funding. He's a source of money, right? Look, don't get me wrong. The guy is very innovative. He wants to be involved in improving things. I mean, the other one on this Bill Gates inside his brain was on vaccinations. So one was toilets, sanitation, vaccinations, energy. They were the 3 parts.
All good things for humankind. Yeah.
Which is what he uses his money for. That is what the Bill Gates Foundation is doing. Using the money that they. I mean, he's a billionaire a few times over. I mean, he's worth about, I think, in the region of about 28 billion, if not more. No, I think much more actually. But anyhow, have a look. But Charlie, very interesting to meet you, and I hope to see you again. Very interesting subject, energy. And the transmission
renewable
of it.
Energy.
Yes.
See you next.
Bye. See you next time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. There you go.